Hello everyone, and you're so much welcome to today's tutorial. And I still remain Odurole Mojibola, your shoemaking made easy tutor. Now, first of all, I would like you to know that I'm going to be having another 3 weeks intensive training that will be starting September 1st. Don't miss it for anything. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook so that you will be, having for me, you have enough information about this particular training. Now to today's tutorial, we're going to be creating a summer slide sandal with just ordinary strap. Don't miss this. Sit back. I am going to be right back. So for our summer slide sandal, I am going to actually start with my measuring tape. I'm going to use my measuring tape. Now, don't forget we are always having at least about 1.5 allowance for our lacing. So I'm going to use this to know how the design is going to look like. I just want to ensure that it's simple. It's made as simple as possible for us. Now, you are going to ensure you have some here just for us to be able to know what length we want to work with. Don't forget that for the first one, as you can see on the screen, it's going to come back this way. After it is positioned like this, it's coming back this way. I'm sure you can see. I just want to use my measuring tape to go about it so that you will understand how you go about the measurement. Now, it came this to this side. Don't forget that after coming here, I'm going to just try to hold it down. So now I've taped it just to hold it. You can do the same thing. So this is coming this way, and we are going to finally move in this other dimension. It's just to make the work easy for you. So it's going to come this way, and then you find out that this is what the slide looks like. This is what it looks like. So when I want to cut my strap, I'm going to be cutting a straight strap now. I'm going to be cutting 26 inches long strap. Now your strap, I'm going to suggest, it depends on you. You can decide to make it as wide as this, my measuring tape. You can decide to make it smaller than that. I'm going to be using about 1.2 centimeter for my own. So if you want to use this particular strap, this is actually about 1.8 centimeter. The strap is as wide as 1.8, but I will be using 1.2 centimeter, please, not in inches. So let me quickly cut that for us to see. So you can see my long strap. I told us I'm going to be using 1.2 centimeter. So let's quickly go ahead with our design. Now, don't forget we have our allowance here. So I'm going to position it this way. Place it like this. Don't forget that it's coming back this way. So what I'm going to do to this side of my design is I am going to try to apply gum on that side. I'm going to try to apply gum so that it can stick to that. I hope you get what I mean. Can you see it's sticking to that side? So I'm still going to use my paper tape to hold it down, just for me to be able to conclude on the other side of the design. So my paper tape is still there just to hold it. Now we are coming back to this side, and we are still flipping over to this other side. Can you see what we have? So what I need to do on this side is the same thing I did here. I'm going to apply some, quite a quantity of gum. So before you know it, I already have my summer slide sandal pattern. So I'm going to make sure that it's well positioned together this way. So to just take some time for it to bond to themselves, I'm going to rub it well because I just want it to be properly positioned. So you can see what I have. Put it together like that. At least let it climb on themselves this way so that you can have the proper shape you need. So all these ones are coming out. Of course, you can still add to it when you are finally through, but then at least you must understand what you need, the length you need on the average, just to create your pattern. So with this now, this will be in place. and this side is also in place. If you need to add, you can add like this. You can extend this particular side. So you find out that our first pattern is ready. I'm sure now you can see what our design look like. Now look at how it looks on my feet. Let me position it for you to see. Don't forget that when you want to position this kind of design, ensure that it covers the smallest toe properly, please, or else it will be coming out, and that won't be fair on person's foot. So don't go and put it here. It's always very painful. Ensure that it covers it this way, and then your first summer slide is ready. So all you need to do is just to place this on your material. Place it on your material, then that's what you are going to cut out. You see, we have something that look like a Z. Now let's go to the second one. So for the second summer slide sandal, this time around we are going to actually be folding it from this other side. I'm going to be using a strap that has a width of 2.5 centimeters. So it means it's going to actually go this way. It's supposed to fold from here. We're going to be having it going this way. So the same thing I did for the first one is the same thing I'm also going to do now. If you don't want to go through this, you can decide to use separate straps. I mean a separate one like this. Cut another one and place it, you understand, on it. You can also do yours like that in case you don't have a long, cardboard like this that you can use. But if you have, fine. If you don't have, please just cut the size for this place, measure this size and cut the size, measure this other length, I mean this side, and cut it as well. Then measure this other side too and cut. So let me just use this straight just to show us first, even if we are going to explore that as well. So coming to this side, don't forget it's still going to be flipping over to this particular side. So you can see that one way or the other with this you can navigate around creating this particular summer sandal. As you can see what I have already, I'm just going to use my adhesive, my contact adhesive, to just hold that down to give me the shape I want. And you can see this side as well. Don't forget that we also have an extra strap. This is about 2 centimeters. It's going to be inserted. This one is going to be inserted into this particular one, and it will still extend to this side before it finally comes from here and comes out again. I'm sure as we continue you will understand the pattern the more. So I'm going to suggest that we try to separate it and then place it separately so that you can see the dynamics of doing that as well. So you can see I've already placed this. I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, we can decide to pieces the strap. You're going to do it in such a way that you can place it on it this way so that you can get the shape you want. Just place it on it. So with this kind of summer slide pattern, this kind of summer slide sandal pattern, you may not have to draw. Actually, you don't even have to draw. You don't have to draw on the last. The amazing thing is that you can even do it on your foot. You can do all of this on your foot just to get the shape of the design. So for this particular side, it's not really going to go down, although we are still going to insert it into a particular strap, and it's going to come this way. Now, if you are not careful, this side will not be curved, and we need a cuff-like shape here for this place to be very perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to try to cut this off here. I'm going to cut it off at this point so that we can create a curve. So many times I've taught us how we can create curves here. You can decide to get any kind of cord just to create a curve, any object that is flexible to create your curve. So when I mean a flexible object, you can see this is like a wet. So I'm just going to place it right here to create this particular side so that at least by the time I'm through, don't forget that there is a buckle that is still coming from this side. So we are going to just try to create this on this particular side. So just go ahead and ensure you do that. Now, I need you to know that it's not compulsory that you create a curve shape on this side, but I'm just considering, comfort. That's what I am considering. That's why I'm thinking, okay, probably we should create a curve on this side. If you're going to actually use a strap, it's still going to work perfectly well. The only thing is that it might not be too wide so that it will not be discomforting at the core parts of your foot. So from what I have here, you can see this is just a straight strap and it's still working perfectly well, although I will prefer that I have a curve shape right here. For me, I would like to have something like this on this particular side. So you can decide to choose your choice on which of them you will want to use. So now let's say we are going to be using this. I'm going to be placing this right here as usual. Then we're going to move on. Don't forget, this is entering into the buckle. So I'm just going to cut this off here and create a square, like a round shape for our design. So it's just going to look like this, and then it's quite long, still long, but then I'm going to still fix it right here. So we're going to have this now. Then we'll now go to the back so that you can see how it looks like. Now that we have this place, don't forget I told us I'm going to be using this particular strap. It means you are going to insert this into this particular one before you line it when you start creating your upper. Don't forget we are creating our Summer Slide sandal, and I'm sure you know that this can actually be used for men and women. I'm sure you have seen some styles like this that just went like S. For what we have here, you can use it as it. All you need is to curve the side and make it look like S. Curve this other side as well and let it look S-like. Then another extension will be added to this one to last it, and then to this other side as well to last it, and you'll be surprised at what the result will look like. Now don't forget there's an extra one by the side here. Our buckle is going to be suspended, so we're going to be fixing this here. It's going to be right on top of it this way. So we have this, and our Summer Slide sandal is ready. So you are going to work with whatever size you are working with. I mean, for now you can see I'm working with size 42, so you can work with whatever size that suits what you want to work with. So you are going to be having this right here. You can see that this is quite simple. Now when you want to cut out your pattern, just like the other one I showed us, is going to be just this separately, and then you are going to have the strap separately, the buckle strap separately. Now this particular pattern is going to be together, and if you look at the pattern, you find out that we have gold, we have black, we also have on this side black and gold as well. Please let me know in the comment section if you would like me to actually create this particular design. Teach us how to create the upper. I need your feedback. If I can get at least 20 comments from this, then I know I have to go ahead. If it's not as much as that, I might not have to go ahead and create the upper part of it. So don't forget, like I said in the introduction, our 3 weeks intensive training, I had to roll out another one which is going to be starting on September 1st. So if you did not partake in the previous one, I am going to encourage you to partake in this particular one, and I'm sure that you will be glad you did. So thank you so much once again for being part of today's tutorial. If you are just watching my channel for the first time, you have enjoyed this particular video, ensure you like the video, ensure you subscribe, press the notification bell so that each time I upload a video you will be notified. Thank you for being part of today's tutorial once again. I'm going to see you next time. Bye.